Yo, what's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty. Join me on Patreon to get the complete version, the link is in the description. Konoha. I Hokage the ultimate hoarding rat. 1 hour. 01 Uzumaki Naruto the road of rats. Konoha. I Hokage the ultimate hoarding rat. 1/254th. 01 Uzumaki Naruto the road of rats. Next. 01 Uzumaki Naruto the road of rats. Guo Dagong said, if you don't know anything about the situation and tell you to be magnanimous, you have to stay away from this kind of person and he will hurt you if you are struck by lightning. Yes, persuading people to be magnanimous will be struck by lightning. But third Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen, who not only knew about the situation but also the mastermind behind it all, joined forces with Danzo to spread rumors on purpose. So what third Hokage thinks is really good. Let the villagers in the village hate me and bully me, but they still use the will of fire to brainwash me. Let me protect the village and turn me into as far as machines without emotions are concerned. Third generation should really be struck by lightning. It's so lonely. Naruto, Uzumaki Naruto, who had changed his soul and was replaced by a new youth from the 21st century, put his hands in his pockets, lowered his head slightly and walked on the crowded street, sighing slightly at the previous Naruto. Naruto, who has been treated like this, has not been blackened, which is really amazing. Hey, it's that kid. It's really scary. Remember, don't play with him, it's dangerous. That's what God knows what he'll do to you. It's that kid. Have you heard? This is the guy who killed 4th Hokage. Damn fox. Why does such a person still stay in the village? What if he goes crazy again and destroys the village? ... Hey, if you really destroy the village, I'll kill you first, idiot. Naruto thought to himself mockingly. At this moment Naruto, even if he has not awakened the malicious perception of Nine Tails, he also knows that he is being hated by everyone at this time. That kind of look, even if he is an adult soul, it is unbearable, let alone a child. Let's go back, quickly destroy it before it's too late, I'm tired. Naruto ignored the crowd around him and walked back to his home, silently lying on the bed feeling powerless. Naruto is at a loss for his future because he has not obtained the necessary cheat for time travel. It is impossible for him to love and protect the village deeply under so many eyes of hatred and discrimination like Naruto in the original book. He likes to read hot-blooded comics, but he is not a hot-blooded brain. Naruto looked at the ceiling, thinking silently like this. Drop. The system has awakened. Is it bound? Bind. Bind. Naruto sat up happily. Sure enough, the system will be late, but it will not be absent. The future of my life is settled. Hamster Treasure system has been bound. Welcome to use. Hamster Treasure. What is it? Naruto asked in confusion. Is this a serious system? Using Hamster Treasure, by storing anything after 10 days you can get 100 times the reward. 100 times. Naruto was shocked. Anything. What do I have in storage right now? Currently I already have storage. A little constitution, chakra, spirit, strength and agility. Clothes, pants, shoes, hair, 12 copper coins, etc. Is this the definition of anything? Everything can survive. It seems to be a trick. Naruto said in surprise. Store up a bit of constitution, chakra, spirit, strength, agility. Saved, you can get 100 times the return. After 10 days you can withdraw it at will during the period, but the reward will be invalid. After the system finished speaking, Naruto suddenly felt a little tired. What's going on here? Is it because of the deduction of physique? Baby hamster, can you check my own attributes? Yes, the personal panel is being opened. Host. Uzumaki Naruto. Age. 5 years old. Constitution. 10. Spirit. 9. Strength. 5. Dexterity. 5. Chakra. 2. Ninjutsu. 0. Physique. 0. Illusion. 0. Hamster vault. 0. ... It seems that the vortex physique is the most powerful, followed by the spirit and chakra as the least because it is sealed by the 8-sign seal. It seems that you have to wait until you learn how to refine chakra after entering school to strengthen it. So after deducting my attribute points it will also affect my body. Yes, but it's okay, although it's a bit uncomfortable, but after 10 days it will be returned 100 times. I can bear it, since everything can be saved. Naruto walked aside and picked up the instant noodles in the corner prepared by third generation. When I first moved here, although the house looked a bit dilapidated, but fortunately everything was quite complete, and in terms of food I prepared a lot of instant noodles for Naruto and living expenses of 1,000 taels per month. Orphan treatment. I don't know what the third generation is trying to do, intending to weaken Naruto, who has a vortex physique. Still want to see how strong Naruto's vitality is. Even if you want to be the light in Naruto's darkness and appear in Naruto's life, don't let Naruto eat expired food anymore. Sure enough, the so-called will of fire burns young blood but nourishes these decayed roots. A bucket of instant noodles is detected. Do you want to store it? Live. Although instant noodles are not nutritious, they are Naruto's main source of food now. As for 1,000 taels, it is not enough for Naruto's life. You must know that the cheapest ramen in Ichiraku ramen costs 60 taels a bowl. It's only enough to eat a dozen times. A carton of expired milk is detected. Should it be stored? ... It's overdue, forget it for now. O2, give me a leaf and give you back a forest. Konoha. I Hokage the ultimate hoarding rat. 2/254ths. O2, give me a leaf and give you back a forest. Expired milk. Naruto plugged in the straw and drank it with a gurgling gulp. Fortunately the expiration date was not long and the taste did not change. Otherwise Naruto would probably spit it out. Since Hamster Treasure can even store instant noodles, it means that other foods can also be stored. For example, if you store a bowl of ramen, it will be 100 bowls in 10 days. In this way the problem of eating and drinking can solve most of the troubles. However, it seems that this month's living expenses have been almost spent, so I can't go to the restaurant. Naruto sighed helplessly. He felt that if it wasn't for his identity he could even use the hamster treasure to make money. For example, if he saved a detonator talisman for a few hundred days and then bought it, he would earn much more than 1,000 taels. Maybe there is an opportunity to save one and sell it to Conan. I believe this woman who is terrified of the lack of firepower should be very interested. It doesn't matter, go to bed today, go out for a stroll tomorrow and see what things are available. The next day Naruto ate some bread, casually saved a piece of bread and went out. He didn't notice yesterday that there were still a few pieces of unexpired bread in the refrigerator. On the street the appearance of Naruto caught the attention of the villagers without any surprise, and then they avoided him from afar as if they were avoiding the plague and looked at him with distaste from a distance. Love can last for a long time, but hate sometimes lasts longer than love and is unforgettable. Damn fox, why don't you die? Did he kill my father? Mom. Yes, it's all because of him. TCH. Naruto curled his lips, ignoring their existence, rolled his eyes and looked around on the street. Stone. This is useless, and it's not a shuriken, but it can also supplement ninja tools. Leaves. They can't be eaten. Even if a forest is saved it seems useless. Wood. I don't need to build a house. Save it for a look. Paper. It's good for lighting a fire, save it. Small iron pipe. It's good for beating people, you can keep it. All the way Naruto turned on the hamster mode, and the first reaction when I saw something was, can this be saved? What is this for? Is it possible to improve life and so on? But unfortunately the street is relatively clean, there is nothing useful. What you want and what is valuable are all in a variety of commodity stores, but they will not sell things to Naruto like now. Naruto glanced at a fruit shop next to him. He was still thinking about how good it would be to store an apple for 10 days and 100 days when he was hit on the head by a sudden hard object and fell to the ground. Naruto rubbed his forehead, turned his head to look, and there was a round red apple lying on the ground. One side had been sunken and there was even traces of bloodline on it. Naruto took his hand off and saw that it was bleeding. What are you looking at? Take it and roll, don't stay in front of the shop and affect my business. Obviously the one who just started is the owner of the fruit shop. Naruto was furious inside. Even if he is an adult soul, it is still difficult to calm down in the face of such an indiscriminate disaster. He took a deep breath and lowered his head, his long bangs covering his dark eyes. Naruto silently picked up the apple and left slowly. Saved. Before the system could speak, Naruto directly deposited the apple into the hamster. Fresh fruit, don't waste it. Naruto, is it really right to do this? Third generation looked at the lonely back of Naruto in the crystal ball, took a long puff of the pipe and exhaled a puff of thick fog. What are you still hesitating about now, Hiruzen? This is the best way to test whether the Nine Tails Jinchuriki will go berserk. Standing in front of third generation, Danzo said decisively. Hiruzen, if my proof is correct, if that kid from Nine Tails goes berserk, we will take over from the bottom. It's not sure yet. Why are you in a hurry? Don't forget that I am Hokage. You'll regret it, Hiruzen. Danzo slammed his cane hard, turned and left. Perhaps it's time to meet him, and the school will start in 1 year. After Naruto found that there were not many useful things on the street, he slowly walked out of the center of the village and came to the nearby forest. When he came over, he picked up a broken fishing rod at the edge of the village near the so-called slum area, but the fishing line and hook were still there. This was a surprise to him. And for Naruto, in his previous life, who has been fishing since he was a child, making a fishing rod is very easy. Then when Naruto was looking for a suitable fishing rod, he also found a lot of mushrooms growing on the edge of the forest. After identifying whether it was poisonous, he directly deposited it into the hamster treasure. In order to avoid Anbu's sight, Naruto only picks one piece and the rest will be doubled rewards 10 days later. Then Naruto finally found a suitable small bamboo, broke it with great strength, removed the bamboo branches and leaves, tied the fishing line and came to a small river. He did not go deep into the forest, after all he was only 5 years old. Still, it's dangerous. Naruto pulled a reed from the river and tied it to a fishing line to use as a buoy. Then I found a place with relatively loose soil on the shore, dug up a few earthworms, tried the water depth, adjusted the buoy and sat quietly waiting for the fish to take the bait. 03 Save Konoha. So who will save themselves? Konoha. I Hokage, the ultimate hoarding rat. 3254. 03 Save Konoha. So who will save themselves? Perhaps today is the novice protection period. Naruto's harvest is not bad, catching 4 or 5 fertile crucian carp. Then I saved one into hamster treasure so I don't have to go fishing often in the future. Of course you can also put them all in and use the hamster as a system backpack to store food without worrying about the food going bad. But Naruto found that no matter how many things he put in, only one of the same category can generate income. That is to say, if 5 fish are saved, only 1 fish can pass through 10 days and get rewards and the other 4 fish cannot. Hamster treasure seems to be unique. Naruto made a rough calculation. I save a little chakra and I will get 100 points after 10 days. After 1 year I can get 3,650 points. This is at least a Chunin's chakra amount. In this case Naruto does not need to practice at all. Even if he is lying down, he can gain the strength of Chunin in 1 year. You know, Naruto saved all his personal attributes. And it seems that a year later Naruto was only 6 years old, the age when he just entered school. Putting aside the combat experience, his own strength has basically reached the level of Chunin. Of course this premise is to add all the attribute points obtained. Thinking about it this way, I seem to have the qualifications to lie flat. If so, why don't I lie down? Save Konoha. Then who will save yourself? If it weren't for becoming a ninja Kakashi and Jiraiya, they wouldn't have appeared in Naruto's world at all. From the beginning to the end I was always alone. Before you fully grow up, just lie down. Anyway, 6 years is enough for you to become stronger. If only I wasn't Nine Tails Jinchuriki. Naruto sat by the fire, watched the grilled fish slowly turn golden brown, and silently determined his next life path and direction. Naruto, who figured it out, was relieved. As long as he thinks about laying flat, Naruto doesn't have to think about what the third generation is going to do, how Danzo is going to deal with him. As long as he doesn't let Nine Tails go berserk, then the basic safety can still be guaranteed. Even if Danzo wants to control for myself, it also depends on whether the third generation is willing or not. Although he and Danzo are old teammates and let him take charge of the root, Nine Tails, a strategic weapon that can endanger the village and his Hokage throne, will definitely be firmly grasped by third generation. Therefore he forced him to be strong, and the breeze blew the hills. There is nothing that can make a person who is lying flat get excited. After all success is the hard work of the day after tomorrow, so today and tomorrow let's rest. Although there is no seasoning, but fortunately the taste is not bad. Naruto blew on the grilled fish in his hand, tried it, and nodded with satisfaction. He came out in a hurry today and did not bring a knife, which caused him to take a long time to process the fish. He had to remove the scales and internal organs of the fish, which was very troublesome. Fortunately there are bamboos around, and after grinding it on the stone it can be regarded as clean. Oh, it smells so good. Naruto was working hard to cook when he heard a voice next to him, and when he turned his head he was startled by the old face who suddenly approached him. It is third Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen. It has to be said that the character of third generation as set in the original book in the early stage is still very good. He is a kind grandfather, and he has successfully become a light in the heart of Naruto when he was young. After all, in the darkest days of Naruto, only the owners of Ichiraku Ramen, Uncle Hand, and third Hokage didn't hate him. This undoubtedly gave Naruto a lot of courage and motivation, and then under the brainwashing of the will of fire, Naruto inspired to become Hokage and prove to everyone that he is not a demon fox. He won't destroy the village. Instead he will protect the village. However, if you know the environment in which Naruto grew up, the reason why the villagers loathe and dislike him is that Danzo used his roots to fire up the fire behind him and led the hatred of the villagers who had just experienced the Nine Tails rebellion and had not yet recovered to Naruto. Even if third generation hides the identity of Naruto's hero's son, it won't be so miserable. And the so-called only light is the cage specially set up by the third generation for Naruto, and only he is allowed to enter, except that it was an accident that he hit the uncle with his hand, but he also passed the review of the third generation and determined that there was no threat before letting him go. Otherwise Konoha's other ninjas, the old subordinates of the fourth generation, knowing Naruto's identity, why didn't they lend a helping hand, even if only a little bit? Look at Namikaze, Minato's disciple Hatake Kakashi. Doesn't he really care about his master's children? It's not that the third generation banned Kakashi from approaching and also called it, "This is for the good of Naruto." Then Kakashi, who was pure and has not yet come out of the pain of losing Obito and Lin, believed the words of third generation and really thought it was for the good of Naruto. There is also Jiraiya, who is indeed tired of the war and the intrigue in the village, and he has embarked on a wandering road in order to find the so-called son of prophecy. But he really forgot that his dear disciple had a child. Forgot to check out Naruto. If the third generation hadn't intervened saying that it would protect Naruto and take good care of him, and Jiraiya believed the lies of his master, Sarutobi Hiruzen, otherwise he wouldn't be so relieved and left irresponsibly for many years without coming to see him take a look at Naruto. Danzo is the one who handles the knife, and third generation is the acquiesce. They not only watched Danzo's actions with cold eyes but also robbed Danzo of the fruits of victory after this series of actions and let him succeed in taking the blame once again. And the third generation standing in the sun is still clean. That's why Danzo was so angry when he talked about Nine Tails. Lousy, worked so hard to plan everything, you just took the credit if you didn't do anything. You are Hokage, you are noble. You are amazing. Danzo is the darkness of the ninja world, deserve to be blamed. Who are you? Naruto regained his composure after being surprised. It's a blessing, not a curse, and it's a disaster that can't be avoided. What's more, I'm not the original body. I decided to lie flat and act as you like. It's just an old man passing by. This fish is delicious. Can I eat it? The third generation said as he reached out to pick up a fish that was still grilling and was about to eat it. 12 taels a piece, no credit. Hiss. Third generation, who was shocked by Naruto's words, was scalded by the fish. You still need money. The third generation looked at Naruto suspiciously. Through observation, he was not like this before this. Naruto, who was 3 or 4 years old before, endured rolling eyes, but in order to attract everyone's attention he likes to play tricks everywhere. The more you look at me, the more unhappy I am, the more I want to provoke you. Anyway, you can't do anything to me. This kind of Naruto, on the contrary, reassures third generation, but at this moment he feels that Naruto seems to have changed. Oh, for 100 times the reward, the joy of Naruto the hamster. Konoha. I Hokage the ultimate hoarding rat. For 254ths. Oh, for 100 times the reward, the joy of Naruto the hamster. This, do you still need money? Grandpa, you don't know I don't have parents, I'm an orphan, I don't have anything other than living expenses of 1,000 taels a month, and this month's money has already been spent. The days to come I can only live by fishing and eating instant noodles. Besides, it took me a lot of effort to deal with this fish. It's not too much to charge you 10 taels. I also want to make money, alas. Naruto's two sighs and explanations almost made third generation think that Naruto had learned the truth and pretended to cry in front of him. But after thinking about it carefully I realized that this is impossible. Since Naruto was a child he was surrounded by Anbu surveillance who he contacted and what he said. There are records so it is impossible for Naruto to know the truth. So Naruto has grown up all of a sudden. Learned to complain and talk to others. Okay you really worked hard. There are 20 tails here. I can eat 2 fish. Although third generation feels that Naruto's mood is very low and he has no previous motivation at all, but even so when facing a stranger like him he is willing to speak and talk about the difficulties he encountered. Third generation feels that Naruto's hope of accepting his will of fire grew even stronger. As long as you often chat with Naruto and establish a good image in his heart then you will be successful. Quote. Naruto silently took the 20 taels handed over by third generation. He didn't expect that third generation would actually give money, so in a short period of time what did third generation think about? Beside the fire the freshmen were enjoying delicious snacks. During this period the third generation took the initiative to speak a lot and Naruto had no choice but to deal with it. I'm done eating grandpa, it's getting late, I'm going back. Naruto stood up and waved to third generation. Okay, be careful when you go back. Third generation agreed with a kind smile. Looking at Naruto's thin back and through the conversation just now third generation thought whether it should increase Naruto's living expenses appropriately. In this way when we meet next time he should be more surprised and grateful to himself. 10 days later Naruto sat on the bed waiting for Hamster Bow to offer 100 times reward. Have obtained 101 points of physique, strength, spirit, agility and chakra. 101 barrels of instant noodles have been obtained. 101 pieces of wood have been obtained. 101 small iron pipes have been obtained. 101 apples have been obtained. 101 crucian carp have been obtained. 101 grilled fish have been obtained. Reward received. Chakra refining technique. The above rewards have been deposited into the hamster treasure. Chakra refining technique. I don't remember saving this. Naruto looked at the last line suspiciously. While getting 100 times the return every 10 days you can randomly get rewards including ninjutsu, chakra skills, blood succession limit, etc. As that's so, can I use the obtained points directly? It can be used or it can continue to be stored in the hamster treasure house. The more copies you save the more you can upgrade and synthesize. What can be upgraded and synthesized? Naruto became interested. 20,000 points of constitution can be upgraded to sage body function, increase healing power, increase chakra recovery speed. 20,000 points of power can be upgraded to supernatural power function, comparable to the powerful power of the Senju family. 20,000 points of spirit can be upgraded to spirit crystals function, can resist all illusions. 20,000 points of agility can be upgraded to teleportation pseudo function, infinitely close to the speed of teleportation. 20,000 points chakra can be upgraded to 2 chakra fruit small function, chakra doubles after eating. This, so strong. Looking at the upgraded rewards Naruto was shocked. As long as you deposit 20,000 points you can directly get Senju Hashirama's sage body quality. What if wood style can be awakened? Not to mention this is an upgrade bonus for personal attributes. You can really become stronger by lying down. I declare I Naruto the vortex. Lie flat. Hamster, how long do you need to save 20,000 points? Naruto asked anxiously. You can get 3,650 points in 1 year and you can get 21,900 points in 6 years. 6 years, isn't this the time for me to go to school and then graduate? So graduate to become a god. Baby hamster, I voted for this project. Continue to save 1 point of personal attributes and then withdraw 8 points to add to personal attributes and put the remaining 92 points in hamster curry. According to calculations 21,900 points can be obtained in 6 years and only 20,000 points are needed for upgrading and synthesis, which is 1,900 points more. Then after each 100-fold return you can freely spend a minimum of 8 points and keep 92 points. Then 6 years later you will be stable. The income of 20,000 points. Don't underestimate adding 8 points each time. You must know that in 1 year 365 days you can add up to 292 points reaching the level of Genin, and in 6 years you can add up to 1752 points in total, which is at least the strength of Chunin. And once you get the upgrade synthesis reward you can immediately break through Jonin and reach the cage level. Now that he has this system called Hamster Treasure, Naruto will be too sorry for himself if he doesn't turn into a hamster. And although most of the points are stored in the Hamster Treasure house, adding 8 points each time is enough to make Naruto surpass ordinary people by a lot, at least 1 ninja level ahead. This is also the capital of Naruto lying flat. You guys are still learning to refine chakra. When I read the textbook I can gain strength while sleeping. Understood, add some success. After the system finished speaking Naruto felt refreshed. This is just an increase of 8 points. If this comes directly to sage body wouldn't it be heaven? Host. Uzumaki Naruto. Age. 5 years old. Physique. 10 plus 8. Spirit. 9 plus 8. Strength. 5 plus 8. Agility. 5 plus 8. Chakra. 2 plus 8. Ninjutsu. Chakra refining. Physique. 0. Illusion. 0. Hamster Treasure House. 92 points of various attributes, 100 barrels of instant noodles, 100 apples, 100 crucian carp, 100 grilled fish. Naruto looked at the points in Hamster Treasure and what he ate and his heart was filled with a sense of harvest. A sense of practicality. At this moment he finally understood why the system was called Hamster Treasure, because the joy of hoarding food is so simple. 059 Tails Chakra 0.1% detected store. Konoha. I Hokage the ultimate hoarding rat. 5254ths. 059 Tails Chakra 0.1% detected store. In the evening Naruto moved the table to a corner, secretly avoiding Anbu's surveillance, finished a bucket of instant noodles, a grilled fish and a fresh apple contentedly, and then lay down on the bed to digest. The apple still maintains its original appearance with a slight depression on one side. The items stored in Hamster Treasure will remain at the moment they are put in, so there is no need to worry about the fruit going bad. As for the grilled fish, it was grilled on the second night after meeting third generation. Now Naruto basically either goes fishing during the day or picks mushrooms or simply sleeps at home. There is no other entertainment, and I don't want to go to the main street Jonin to get stared at. Didn't you just get the chakra refining technique? Give it a try. Just as Naruto sat up he stopped. It doesn't seem right. Although I can't perceive Anbu's position for the time being, the scrutiny of them proves that they have been staring at me. It's not good to be so direct. Go to the bathroom. Naruto knows that before he enters the ninja school he will not be free. He will always be watched by Anbu, who hides in the dark, and they will not leave until the school teacher and Kakashi are under the supervision. Naruto came to the bathroom only here as the safest and most shielding place. After all, no matter how bored Anbu is, he will never peep at a kid taking a bath unless Naruto stays too long, then he needs to pay attention. Naruto sat cross-legged on the floor while filling the bathtub. Hamster Treasure extract the chakra refining technique. Because there is no need for this chakra refining technique to continue to exist, Naruto directly extracted it. Of course, as long as it is a ninjutsu that Naruto knows, it will be detected by Hamster Bao in the form of data. Extracted. Immediately the knowledge points and methods on how to extract chakra appeared in Naruto's mind. And it is the kind of direct comprehension that can be used at any time. It does not need to be learned slowly like reading a book. Chakra is an energy produced by the perfect fusion of spiritual energy and physical energy. It is the source of energy for performing ninjutsu, genjutsu and taijutsu. And this kind of energy is roughly composed of 1. The body energy absorbed one by one from the 130 trillion cells in the human body. 2. The spiritual energy exercised through many practices and accumulated experiences. And Naruto mental energy is second only to physical fitness, as high as 9 points. Moreover, children practiced chakra at the earliest age of 4, and now Naruto is 5 years old. In addition to the unique physique of the Uzumaki family, the successful extraction of chakra is a matter of course. Personal attributes. Chakra. 10 plus 10. ... It's finally here, kid. In an extremely dark and eerie space, a pair of blood-red vertical pupils appeared out of thin air. Those blood-red eyes were full of hatred, disgust, violence, and cruelty. It seemed that all negative emotions had been gathered in its eyes, and it was watching through the thick darkness who was sitting cross-legged under the light. Naruto. 9 Tails Chakra 0.1% detected, save it. Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. Naruto opened his eyes in surprise. Why did 9 Tails appear? 9 Tails Chakra 0.2% detected, save it. In this case, isn't 9 Tails secretly infiltrating his chakra out of the seal, trying to influence me? Could it be that I didn't detect it before because my chakra is too little? Even 9 Tails can't use it to affect me, but now that I actively extracted chakra, the amount has increased and the effect has been reflected. 9 Tails Chakra 0.3% detected, save it. Save it. Baby hamster, no matter how much chakra comes from 9 Tails, next time you will save it directly. Saved 0.3% of 9 Tails chakra, you can get 100 times the return. After 10 days you can withdraw it at any time in the middle, but the reward will disappear. Naruto remembered that in the anime his clone technique could not always be practiced well because chakra from 9 Tails interfered behind him. As for why multiple shadow clone techniques are available, it is because Naruto has too many chakras and the use of violence, the interference of 9 Tails will not work. Instead, it is the previous fine control and chakra control that are the most difficult. Now no matter how much 9 Tails chakra you have, I will keep it. The corners of Naruto's mouth curled up. This was the second surprise of the day, and they were all closely related. Without the chakra refining technique there would be no connection to 9 Tails, and 9 Tails would not think about infiltrating the seal. In the end they would silently work for Naruto. Gia, brat, you are just waiting to be, huh? Kurama, who was trying to penetrate the seal, suddenly felt something was wrong. According to the chakra amount of that kid, the gap in the seal should have been filled by the chakra it exported, right? Why does it feel like disappearing, like a stone sinking into the sea? Kurama continued to increase the amount of chakra unbelievingly. 0.5% of 9 Tails chakra has been detected and has been directly deposited into the Hamster Treasure house. 9 Tails chakra 0.7% detected has been directly deposited into the Hamster Treasure house. 9 Tails chakra 1% detected has been directly deposited into the Hamster Treasure house. ... Hey, damn kid, how dare you lie to me? After reacting, Kurama was instantly furious. Feeling that he was being deceived, it was swinging its 9 big tails in the sealed space. If it wasn't because Naruto didn't come in now, Kurama would definitely have been sprayed severely by Kurama. 06 Pick up a lost child. Konoha. I Hokage the ultimate hoarding rat. 6254ths. 06 Pick up a lost child. Half a year has passed and the coldest winter has come. After this cold winter, Naruto will be 6 years old and he will be arranged by third generation to study in the ninja school. Since I was passed by By third generation that night and had a meal of fish together. The second month came when the living expenses were paid. Third generation replaced Anbu with a cold face and handed over an envelope full of 1500 taels to Naruto's hands. And informed his identity. Konoha is currently third Hokage. He also said that the extra 500 taels was a subsidy he saved for Naruto out of his own pocket, while other orphans only received 1000 taels a month and some even had only a few hundred taels. Out. Naruto vomited blood in his heart. Old man, your words are really hard to believe. He didn't believe that the majestic Konoha's fourth Hokage, the Golden Flash, of the ninja world would have no money. Where is his legacy and that of the last princess of the Uzumaki clan? You tell me now this is the money you saved out of your own pocket. A mere 500 taels. The reward for AD level task is 10,000 taels. Then let's take a look at the number of missions of Namikaze Minato. D level 122 times C level 147 times B level 216 times A level 323 times S level 39 times. The reward for an S level task is more than 1 million taels. It can be seen from this that Sarutobi Hiruzen has a bit of conscience but really not much. I see, thank you grandpa third generation. Naruto took it respectfully. To be reasonable, if I save 500 taels after 10 days I will have 5,000 taels. So in the future I don't need to rely on your charity. Third generation didn't reap the emotions of surprise, shock, envy and excitement that Naruto imagined, and his brows could not help but frown slightly. Naruto has really changed. The kid who loves to attract people's attention by playing pranks is gone, replaced by an indifferent appearance. After this month's observation, third generation is convinced that the child was completely disappointed in the fact that the expectations he had paid for him had not been responded to. What's the matter Naruto, are you disappointed? Third generation temporarily put aside the doubts in his heart and looked at Naruto earnestly. Ah, nothing, I'm very happy, but I'm thinking if only I could grow up soon, if only I wasn't a child. Naruto explained. This is indeed what he really thinks in his heart. Children are too limited in what they can do and their strength is not enough. It is really uncomfortable to be constrained everywhere. Oh, what do you want to grow up to do? Third generation looked at Naruto in surprise. Do you want to take revenge on those villagers who hate you as an adult? This child's thinking is actually so extreme. Is it really necessary to use Danzo? When I grow up I will be able to tell them with my strength that I am not the demon fox who will destroy the village. I want to prove to them that I, Uzumaki Naruto, am a hero who can protect the village and even everyone like fourth Hokage. Naruto said loudly. This is what Naruto said according to the hot-blooded original body in the anime. This should be easy to impress third generation. Really, hearing Naruto's third generation, his eyes lit up. So it turns out that his will of fire has penetrated into Naruto's heart so quickly. This is a good thing. Well worth my while. Ahem, Danzo's contribution. Don't worry Naruto, you are still young. When we get old it will be the time for you young people, so you have to eat well and grow up. By the way, you will be 6 years old next year and I will arrange for you enroll in school and study hard. Try to do what you just said. I see. Naruto nodded, but I sighed infinitely in my heart. Let's go you, I really can't hold it anymore. Talking to third generation exhausted Naruto's half-month rest. Naruto walked on the white snow with his hands in his pockets making a creaking sound. He had just returned from eating noodles at Ichiraku Ramen. It was winter and New Year's Eve was about to come. Naruto generously ordered a bowl of miso char shao noodles for 90 taels. But Naruto is now worth more than 90,000 taels, a mere 90 taels. He doesn't pay attention to it. Thanks to Hamster Bao for giving me the chance to get rich overnight. Walking on the road and feeling the cold, Naruto is really glad that he had stored quilts and clothes for 10 days before this winter, otherwise Naruto really didn't know how to survive such a cold day with the air leaky room. And in order to cover up he pretended to pick up the quilts from the outside, and there should not be too many otherwise it would be exposed. Therefore at this time Curry still has 98 quilts which cannot be used. What is the most painful thing for a person is that when a person dies the money is not spent. And when the person is alive the money is gone. Just like the current self, there are too many money and quilts but it is uncomfortable to see or use them. Naruto sighed. What? Okay. A crisp voice interrupted Naruto's thinking. He looked up and saw a girl in black martial arts uniform kneeling in the snow on the quiet long street under the white streetlight as if she had fallen down. Hinata. Is this possible? It seems that in the original book Naruto and Hinata met for the first time in the snow. Isn't it such a coincidence? Naruto turned around silently, wanting to stay away. Anyway, as the eldest lady of the Hyuga clan, even if she ran out alone she would find her immediately after being discovered by the clan. Woo. Bar. Oh, forget it. Naruto turned around and walked towards the crying Naruto. His heart was too soft to see girls shed tears. What are you doing? Woo. Hinata heard someone talking and looked up. It's too cold, go back, if you get lost I can take you back. It's really troublesome, oh get up, I'll take you back. Naruto was helpless, stepped forward to hold Hinata's hand and walked towards the Hyuga clan. If I had known I wouldn't be out today I would come to eat noodles tomorrow morning. Damn it, I forgot that there would be a lot of people in the morning. Naruto pinched the center of his brows with a headache. It's been so long, those stupid villagers still look like ghosts, it's unreasonable. I'm in a hurry, learn from Uchiha Itachi, let's clean up. That. Nunuo's voice rang in Naruto's ear. Why? I'm so sorry, I forgot to drag you. Naruto looked back as if he was too absorbed in thinking about things, walked too fast and forgot that he was holding someone by his hand. Hinata could only follow behind Naruto at a trotting speed. At this moment her face was flushed red and the top of her head was steaming, which made her forget to cry. Naruto slowed down and after a while he brought Hinata to a big house. Above the gate there was a plaque with the word, Hyuga, written on it. Here, don't run around in the future, it's very dangerous at night. Naruto didn't say much, turned and left. Hinata looked at Naruto's back and moved her mouth, but she still couldn't ask the question. What's your name? 071 friend is enough for me to have grandpa, third generation. Konoha. I Hokage the ultimate hoarding rat. 7254ths. 071 friend is enough for me to have grandpa, third generation. The spring is warm and the flowers are blooming. When the winter snow begins to melt, it is also the day when the ninja school starts. Third generation came to Naruto one day in advance saying that they wanted to give Naruto a surprise. Grandpa, third generation, you are here. Naruto, who was preparing to make a meal, withdrew his hand from Hamster Treasure, silently picked up a bucket of instant noodles, poured hot water on it and chatted with third generation while waiting for the noodles to boil. Alas, I can only eat ramen after the third generation is gone. Naruto sighed inwardly. Yeah, Naruto, have you forgotten that I said I would give you a surprise last time? Third generation sat down on the chair with a smile. What surprise? Grandpa, third generation. Naruto looked up and looked at third generation calmly. Isn't it just a notice from the ninja school? I boldly tell you that I, Naruto, already have the power of genin. Naruto thought silently in his heart. Here it is. Notice from ninja school. Third generation handed Naruto an envelope. He's used to Naruto acting like he's not interested in anything. Since third generation noticed that Naruto had changed faintly that night, it not only strengthened Anbu's surveillance but also spent more time checking Naruto's every move through the crystal ball. Then he found that Naruto became more withdrawn. He no longer liked to go to the street, no longer liked to play pranks. The only outdoor activities were to go fishing, pick mushrooms, and occasionally go to the street to go to Ichiraku ramen when there were no people at night, eat noodles or look here look there, pick up trash or something. The rest of the time is spent sleeping at home and doing nothing. Third generation is also enjoying its place, although the playful Naruto is gone, but this more and more withdrawn Naruto seems to be good. At least he didn't show any hatred or secretly stab villains, curse others, and the seal of 9 tails, there was no leak either. The 9 tails Jinchuriki, which is becoming more and more wasteful, third generation expressed its satisfaction. Not to mention that he often came to instill the will of fire in Naruto. Naruto, you are already 6 years old and you are not young anymore. It's time to go out and make friends. It's not good for your health to stay alone all the time. I have only one friend, Grandpa, third generation. Haha. I'm very happy to be your friend, but I'm old, I can't keep up with the times and I don't understand what you young people like, so friends of the same age are still very necessary. Third generation felt very relieved when they heard Naruto's words. It seemed that their plan was very successful. But, Naruto, did you forget that you still have to prove to everyone that you can protect the village? I haven't forgotten. To be a hero you need strength, but ninja school can teach you how to be a ninja. Teach you powerful ninjutsu. Only then can you have a chance to prove yourself, Naruto. Third generation persuaded earnestly. Okay, I see, Grandpa, third generation, I will go to the ninja school to study. Naruto sighed. This is a good boy. Do you need me to find someone to take you to school tomorrow? No need, I know the way. Naruto sneered inwardly. Isn't Anbu around you one of your people? Well, let's go to bed early today. Well, we will eat less instant noodles in the future. A ninja needs a healthy body. I see, Grandpa, third generation, goodbye. ... It's finally gone. It seems that the character design I created did not arouse the suspicion of third generation and it seems to be very satisfied. Naruto opened the instant noodles and ate silently. He planned to eat something good when he went to the bathroom to take a shower later, such as miso char su noodles worth 90 taels. Yes, at the moment Naruto's hamster curry has hundreds of bowls of this kind of ramen and none of them are cheap. And the reason why I often go to the store to eat is also to consume the living expenses given by third generation and to conceal my own system. After 6 months Naruto no longer has to worry about having no money or food but is distressed because there is too much to eat. That's why Naruto often sleeps at home and doesn't go out. As for fishing, it was also for third generation. And more than half a year has passed through Hamster Treasure. Naruto has accumulated a lot of points as well as a lot of daily necessities or useless things. Of course the most important thing is those rewards. Host: Uzumaki Naruto. Age: 6 years old. Constitution: 162. Spirit: 161. Strength: 157. Agility: 157. Chakra: 200. Ninjutsu: Chakra Refining Technique 3, Body Technique, Tracking Technique, Shadow Shuriken, Fire Style, Great Fireball, Rasengan, Kagura, Mind Eye. Taijutsu: Leaf Hurricane, Shadow Dance, Leaf Lion Ball. Illusion: 0. Hamster Treasure House: 1656. Various attribute points: 3 Body Technique, 1200 Rasengan, 1000 Kagura, Mind Eye, 1000 10000 Tails, 213 Bowls of Miso Char Su Noodles, 201 Shurikens, 201 Kunai, 1200 Detonating Symbols. ... In half a year, through the rewards that can be obtained every 10 days through Hamster Treasure, Naruto even opened up the ninjutsu of Kagura Mind Eye as well as Rasengan, Great Fireball, and other skills, and even opened up Shuriken Kunai and Naruto's Very, the Desired Detonator. It can be said that there are not as many Chunin as him in terms of detonating talismans. In ninjutsu alone Naruto has surpassed the number of ninjutsu mastered by a genin. There are other miscellaneous things. Moreover, Naruto also directly saved some important ninjutsu and waited for 6 years to upgrade and synthesize them. Of course this does not affect the mastery of ninjutsu already acquired. Looking at the stuff inside the hamster treasure, Naruto is also full of happiness. The future is promising. Oh wait, Naruto, are you sure you want to drive me away? Konoha. I Hokage the ultimate hoarding rat. 8254. Oh wait, Naruto, are you sure you want to drive me away? The next day at 6 o'clock in the morning, Naruto got up on time, washed himself, poured himself a glass of milk, took a few slices of bread and sat on a chair to eat breakfast. The milk and bread are close to the expiration date. Naruto wants to buy some other food, after all he has money, but in this case he will be exposed and the loss outweighs the gain, so he can only endure it. While eating breakfast, Naruto perceives Anbu outside with Kagura Mind Eyes 3. Even if one Anbu can do such a job, third generation has arranged for 3 and 6 o'clock is also the time for their shift change. Why did he get up so early today? Did you forget that today is the opening day of the ninja school? Then you don't have to wake up so early. Haha, he must be trying to avoid the villagers. Knowing that he is annoying, he will not appear in their sight. HMPH, what does third generation think? Dare to let Nine Tails kid go to school? What if I go crazy? Be careful, it's not what we think about what the third generation will do. Then you keep an eye on it and we're going back. Clear. The Anbu ninja who was on shift left after talking for a few words. In the early morning, Konoha Street is very quiet except for the shop owners who opened their doors early in the morning to prepare for business. There is no one. And the reason why Naruto went to school so early was to avoid trouble, and he didn't want to see those annoying guys and affect his mood. Therefore Naruto walking on the street at this point is particularly conspicuous. That's a demon fox. The owner of the breakfast shop didn't react when he saw Naruto at first because Naruto seldom comes out now. But after he recognized it, he immediately put on a disgusted expression and even cursed a few words in his mouth. Naruto, who came out of the house and walked all the way to the ninja school, everyone who saw him still hated him without any accident. Naruto yawned a little confused. Did the Nine Tails really kill everyone's relatives and friends? Really destroying each of your houses? Then why does everyone that Naruto meets hate him? Hate him? What a bunch of idiots. I'll have to ask after I see Kurama, and then you idiots who haven't suffered a loss have to send you a tailed beast bomb. Stop, the school hasn't opened yet. It's you. Go, you are not welcome at ninja school. The ninja guarding the gate saw a child approaching and was about to explain, but he didn't expect that it was a fox kid, so he changed his words and drove Naruto away. This is the notice from third Hokage. Are you sure you want to drive me away? Naruto took out the notice and said indifferently. Notice. The ninja was surprised. If it was an order from third Hokage, he would definitely be unable and dare not refuse. But the door hasn't opened yet. You wait here. Although there is no way to drive you away, this is a school, and if you are told to wait, you have to wait. Are you sure? If I don't go in now, then I will leave. When third Hokage asks, I will say that you drove me away. Naruto said lazily while yawning. Anyway, I am not interested in going to school. It would be good if I could leave, but third generation would definitely not be willing. You dare to threaten me? The ninja blushed and glared at the demon fox that everyone hated. Naruto saw it, turned around and left, too lazy to speak. You, open the door. Just as Naruto took 2 steps, an Anbu appeared and said to the ninja guarding the gate. Master Anbu. Yes, I understand. Facing Anbu, Hokage's direct subordinate, ordinary ninjas would not provoke him easily but would become more respectful instead. Especially a ninja who only guards the gate. He can chase Naruto and scold Naruto, but when facing Anbu he can only bend down and bow his head, and he can't show any dissatisfaction. You can go in, Anbu ninja said to Naruto and then disappeared with a swish. He is Anbu who monitors Naruto. Of course he didn't come out to help Naruto, but third Hokage had already given an order to watch Naruto go to school. If Naruto turned around and left at this moment when the third generation asked how would they answer? Said that his mission failed. What a joke, this little thing can't be done well, just leave Anbu by yourself. So you dare to refuse third Hokage's order? When Naruto passed the gate he was still amazed and shook his head watching the ninja. Quote. Facing Naruto's words, he can only guard the door and dare not answer because he knows that Anbu must not leave. Therefore he felt that he had suffered endless humiliation. A demon fox who yells at people for beatings and hates others, and a little devil who dare not fight back when everyone scolds him, actually uses third Hokage to laugh at him. Now he feels that he is a sinner. He has no face to face the villagers, no face to face his friends. Naruto didn't know what the gatekeeper was going through in his heart, so he walked towards the classroom in the anime on his own. According to the urine nature of third generation, after thinking that he has become the irreplaceable light in Naruto's heart, he will let Yumi no Iruka, who also has lost his parents and feels lonely, be Naruto's teacher. It seems that Naruto's sentence, "Grandpa, third generation is my only friend," gave third generation more confidence. 09 School is back to school and sleep is back to sleep. Konoha. I Hokage the ultimate hoarding rat. 9254. 09 School is back to school and sleep is back to sleep. Sasuke, study hard when you get to school. Uchiha Itachi bent down and asked his cute brother. But I want big brother to teach me personally. Sasuke looked at Itachi with a dissatisfied expression. Well, if you do well in school I promise to teach you a new ninjutsu. Really? Don't worry big brother, I will definitely get the first place. When Sasuke heard this his eyes lit up immediately and he silently made up his mind that he must get the first place in the school. There are so many people, Shikamaru said weakly, staring at a pair of dead fish eyes. Shikamaru, don't sleep in class, one will check your progress. So complicated. Little Sakura. Ino waved to a little girl walking by. Ino, you're here too. Little Sakura happily ran over and said hello. Hey little Sakura, there's a handsome guy over there. Handsome guy? Where? Wow, so handsome. Little Sakura looked in the direction Ino was pointing at and immediately fell in love with Sasuke. That seems to belong to Uchiha's family, Shikamaru said after seeing the Uchiha fan logo behind Sasuke and Itachi. No matter, I must chase after that handsome guy. I must also. Little Sakura, that's what I saw first. Ino looked at his good friend, but little Sakura stared back not to be outdone, and sparks sparkled in both eyes at the same time. ... It's a good thing that nasty brat isn't here. That said, you can rest assured now. HMPH. Why did Master Third Hokage let that demon fox kid come to school? Parents who sent their children to school looked around while encouraging their children. When they didn't see Naruto, they immediately dispelled the worries in their hearts and expressed their satisfaction with the handling of third generation. If they see Naruto going to school with their children, they will probably reconsider the admission time. Demon Fox. Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. Hearing the discussion from the people around him, Itachi thought to himself. At the same time, I also agree with the arrangement of third generation. After all, Jinchuriki is too dangerous let alone in the ninja school. Didn't that kid come to school? I remember that third generation should have arranged for him to enroll. Could it be that he hasn't come yet? Narushirju also heard the discussions of the people around him and muttered to himself. Maybe I'm late, Akamaiki Choza said casually. Father, are you talking about that person? After analyzing the information obtained, Shikamaru came to a conclusion. Yes, I didn't expect to go to school with him, it's really troublesome. Don't worry, it's fine, just treat it normally. Narushikahisa smiled while touching Shikamaru's head. ... At 9 o'clock all the children had already sat in the auditorium waiting for the arrival of the principal of the ninja school, third Hokage, to give an entrance speech. School entrance. I remember that it wasn't Yimu who was guarding the door. Why did you change? Master Hokage Yimu is sick today, let me take his place. The ninja twitched his mouth and said respectfully to third generation, for the sake of his friend's face he had better not say it. After all, being ridiculed by Brat is really embarrassing. Well, tell me to let him have a good rest and don't rush to work. Thank you, Hokage-sama. Hearing third generation's concern, he bent down excitedly and bowed to thank him. After the third generation left, the ninja stood up with respect on his face. For these little ninjas, it is their great honor to be remembered by third Hokage. Auditorium. I am very glad to welcome new students this year. At this time of year I am very pleased to see you who are so young. You are the fresh blood of Konoha and you are the future of Konoha. Third generation delivered his speech while sweeping over the excited children sitting below who looked at him. Ino, Shika, Cho, Hyuga, Uchiha, and Naruto. That kid. Wait, where's Naruto? I didn't see Naruto's third generation and I was slightly puzzled. Is it late? Or maybe I still hate human contact so I didn't come. Wherever there is Yifei dancing, fire will burn. The shadow of the fire will illuminate the whole village and cause new leaves to sprout. The power of a ninja is truly shown when one wants to protect those one cherishes. You young people are the hope of the future and we of the older generation will trust and protect you. The sacrifice of the older generation is not meaningless, but it will inspire you young people to become the pillars of the future. I believe in you, so I hope you can study hard in ninja school. Quote. Clap clap. After third generation finished speaking, the children sitting below stood up excitedly and applauded third generation. They were all excited by the speech of the third generation and they wished they could start learning right away. If Naruto sat here he would probably vomit in his heart. Fortunately he had already hidden in the classroom and slept as expected. Enrollment belongs to school, sleep belongs to sleep. The third generation waved and left, and then a teacher took a notebook and began to classify the new students. Ms. Yumino Iruka's class includes Naru, Shikamaru, Akamichi, Choji, Yamanaka, Ino, Inuzuka, Kiba, Aburame, Shino, Haruno, Sakura, Hyuga, Hinata, Uchiha, Sasuke, and Uzumaki Naruto. Yeah, I'm in the same class as that handsome guy. So his name is Uchiha Sasuke. Great. Little Sakura and Ino stared at the aloof Uchiha Sasuke in front at the same time and then looked at each other fiercely as if feeling something in their hearts. Sasuke is mine. No, he's mine. ... Principal's office. Although third generation often stays in the Hokage building, he will still find time to stay at the school for a while when the school starts every year. Call Anbu, who monitors Naruto, in. Yes, it took only 2 seconds for a figure to appear and leave. In a minute, Master Hokage. Anbu knelt on the ground on one knee. Didn't Naruto come to school? Third generation asked unhurriedly without any emotion in his tone, but Anbu, who was kneeling on the ground, felt tremendous pressure. Well, he got up at 6 o'clock and arrived at school at 6:40. So early. Thinking that Naruto might be late or maybe he didn't come at all, third generation was suddenly surprised. Did you come so early? Yes, there is no one in the morning. Third generation quickly figured out why Naruto did this. What about others? After he came he found a classroom and fell asleep, but he hasn't woken up yet. Anbu Ninja was sweating. When he was monitoring Naruto in the past he hadn't noticed that Naruto did things as he wanted. You must know that third generation was present in person today and gave a speech. As a result, Naruto didn't care at all. Oh, that really looks like him. Which classroom is he in? Third generation nodded knowingly, not surprised or dissatisfied with Naruto's actions. Just come. Room 301. 301. It's really fate. Did you choose your class just by finding a classroom? Okay, you step back. Yes. Wait, let me tell you that after Naruto comes to school you don't have to watch, just take care of his life outside of school. Yes, Master Hokage. 10 Naruto. I want to stay at home instead of going to school. Konoha. I Hokage the ultimate hoarding rat. 10 254ths. 10 Naruto. I want to stay at home instead of going to school. At 10 o'clock the students who had listened to third generation for a whole hour went to their classrooms under the leadership of their respective teachers. After Shikamaru walked into classroom 301 he went straight to the back row followed by Choji and Ino. But when he came to the place he was looking for he realized that there was actually a person sleeping on the bench. When did you come in? Sleep when you come in. But I didn't seem to see him just now. While guessing, Shikamaru stepped forward and patted Naruto. Wake up, it's time for class. Yawn. Naruto, who was awakened, opened his eyes and found that it was a kid with tied hair, but this person seemed familiar. Are you going to class? What time is it? Naruto sat up and at the same time looked up at the clock hanging on the podium. It was past 10. Are you a student in this class? Why didn't I see you just now? Shikamaru sat down next to Naruto. At this time he had already guessed Naruto's identity. The beard on his cheeks and the discussion of the parents at the school gate made him understand the reason why Naruto appeared here at this time. However, it seemed that it's a class. Probably. If your name is Uzumaki Naruto, then you are in the same class. Hello, I am Nara Shikahisa and they are my friends. Akamichi Choji, Yamanaka Ino. Choji and Ino also looked at Naruto curiously, and like Shikamaru they recognized his identity through the beard on his cheek. After all, they are a big family of Konoha and they know secrets that many civilian ninjas do not know. Including Naruto as the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. So they didn't look at Naruto with disgust or disgust like those outside. Whirlpool Naruto, hello. It's him. We are actually in the same class. When Hinata saw Naruto she instantly recognized the person who sent her home on a snowy night and her heart couldn't help jumping for joy. Okay, is everyone here? Now we're going to introduce ourselves. Yumino Iruka glanced around and paused for a moment on Naruto, who suddenly appeared. His heart was a bit complicated, but as a qualified teacher he suppressed the emotions that appeared in his heart and began to do his duty. My name is Yumino Iruka. I am 22 years old. I am a chunin. I like Ichiraku ramen. I hate bibimbap. My hobby is hot springs. What I want to do is to continue to be a good teacher. Well, you follow my instructions format. Introduce yourself one by one. My name is Uchiha Sasuke. I am 6 years old and my favorite is. I'm Inuzuka Kiba. I'm Nara Shikamaru. I am Hyuga Hinata. My name is Uzumaki Naruto. I am 6 years old. I like Ichiraku ramen. I hate expired food. My hobbies are sleeping, squatting at home. What I want to do, I don't want to go to school. Naruto stood up and said lazily. Squatting at home. Don't want to go to school. I want to do that too. Shikamaru nodded in agreement. HMPH. Sasuke smiled disdainfully. Quote. Iruka was speechless. Didn't want to go to school. Why don't you go to school at your age? Still squatting at home? Are you going to be a waste? If Naruto could hear what Iruka was saying in his heart, he would agree very much that he still wanted to be a piece of shit during the time he graduated from ninja school. This child, however, it seems to be a good start. Peeking at Naruto's third generation through the crystal ball, I know Naruto's temperament at this time, so I don't have any reaction, but I am very satisfied to see him chatting with Shikamaru. At least Naruto did not refuse to communicate with others and behaved like other normal children are pretty much the same, and third generation is quite relieved about this. In the class, Iruka talked about the course schedule, class time and some precautions. After distributing the teaching materials and notifying you not to be late for get out of class tomorrow, Iruka dismissed class. After all, it was the first day. And it was 12 o'clock at noon. Parents who knew the process of ninja school for a long time came to the door again to pick up their children from school and go back to eat. But when they saw one of the figures, their expressions became ugly. Why is this kid in school? Run in by yourself. It should be arranged by Lord Third Hokage. What does third generation think? Kotori remembered to stay away from that brat. Yes, Nakamura, don't play with him either, who knows what he will do. The parents pulled their children to warn them and then quickly moved away. At this moment they even regretted that they enrolled today and wondered if Master Hokage would agree to drop out now. Naruto. Shikamaru frowned listening to the adults' discussion and looked at Naruto beside him. See you tomorrow, let's go. But Naruto waved his hand indifferently, bid farewell and left. Already are you used to it? It's really troublesome, let's go too. Naruto-kun. Strange, are you just following up now? Could it be that the third generation has let go of its surveillance on me? Naruto, who was walking on the road, felt that since he left the school there were 3 figures following behind him, but when he was in the classroom he did not perceive it. Using the teacher instead of monitoring. Forget it, don't worry, let's go home first. It seems that the rewards have arrived in the account today, but I don't know what will be released today. I am really looking forward to it. 11 character explosion, generous rewards. Konoha. I Hokage the ultimate hoarding rat. 11 254ths. 11 character explosion, generous rewards. Baby hamster opened the reward. Back home Naruto had no time to eat, so he called out the system in a hurry. Have obtained 101 points of physique, strength, spirit, agility and chakra. 101 bowls of miso char siu noodles have been obtained. 101 detonating talismans have been obtained. 101 copies of 3 body technique have been obtained. 101 Rasengan have been obtained. 101 Great Fireball has been obtained. 101 Kagura Heart Eyes have been obtained. Have obtained Sharingan and 1 White Eye. Quote exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark quote. Sharingan. Roll your eyes. I'll make a lot of money. Naruto looked excitedly at the extra reward and instantly collapsed from the bed, then realized that this action was not in line with his usual habit of lying down, adjusted his mood and lay down again. Fortunately, Anbu's surveillance now only needs to focus on Naruto's whereabouts and who he has contacted with instead of BT staring at his every move. Of course, if Naruto made some outrageous moves, that would be another matter. Baby hamster, how many copies of Sharingan and Bion do you need to upgrade and synthesize? And what can be synthesized? Naruto asked expectantly. 20,000 Sharingan can be upgraded to Eternal Mangekyō Sharingan function. Get 2 pupil skills, get Uchiha blood succession limit, get Yin escape chakra. 20,000 White Eyes can be upgraded to Pure Eyes function. Have the basic ability of White Eyes, can check space fluctuations and obtain the limit of Hyuga blood inheritance. Wo Sao Niubi. Naruto roared excitedly in his heart. You must know that Hokage has another name called Legend of Eyes. And Sharingan is a good thing that can open Gundam besides the Nine Tails mode. And when you get an Eternal Mangekyō Sharingan, you can also get the Uchiha blood succession limit, that is to say when using the Sharingan you will not encounter the same problem that the Sharingan cannot be closed like Kakashi. And Yin Dun Chakra. And Clear Eyes. As an upgrade of Bion, it not only has all the abilities of Bion but also does not look like Bion when used, and its face will not become hideous and terrifying. More importantly, it can also detect space fluctuations so that even when facing Obito's space-time ninja when using Kamui you won't be attacked suddenly. Wait, I seem to remember that 20,000 points of Vortex Physique can be upgraded to Senju Hashirama's Sage Body, and now I can also get the Sharingan of Uchiha blood succession limit so I can awaken Rinnegan. And the Net Eye can be upgraded. Wow Sao. At that time I will clean my left eye and Rinnegan my right eye. Plus I am still Nine Tails Jinchuriki. Then who is my opponent in this ninja world? Kiki, except for Otsutsuki Kagaya and Sage of Six Paths. But as long as you give me time it's not a problem to surpass them. Baby hamster, can my Eternal Eye and Jingyan still be upgraded? 10,000 Eternal Mangekyō Sharingan can be upgraded to Rinnegan. Clear Eyes cannot be upgraded for now. Well, the points have been reduced by half, about 2 years you can wait. But Jingyan can't be upgraded. It would be great if it could be upgraded to God's Eyes. It's a lot of money. Baby hamster, help me save Sharingan and Bion. Deposited, you can get a 100-fold return reward after 10 days. Well, there are still those acquired ninjutsu continue to save. Naruto saved all the ninjutsu and physical techniques such as 3-body technique, Kagura Mind Eye, Rasengan, Great Fireball, Leaf Hurricane and Detonating Charms among the rewards he had obtained before. Although I don't know what these ninjutsu techniques can be upgraded and synthesized at that time, Naruto didn't ask, but Hamster Bao will definitely not let himself down, so let's open a blind box and surprise my future self. Oh, by the way, there are still attribute points to be added to 8 points and the rest will not be left untouched and put into the Hamster Treasure curry. Add points successfully. Host: Uzumaki Naruto. Age: 6 years old. Physique: 210 plus 8. Spirit: 209 plus 8. Strength: 205 plus 8. Agility: 205 plus 8. Chakra: 248 plus 8. Huh, is this the joy of Tuntun Mouse? This feeling is like depositing money in the bank by yourself and then getting the effect of doubling the interest so that your money will continue to accumulate, and as time goes by you will become a millionaire or multi-millionaire unconsciously. Naruto looked at the things on Curry the Hamster Treasure and found that his net worth was almost equal to that of a Chunin. This is simply beyond Naruto's imagination. The only small regret is that I am short of some advanced ninjutsu as well as the ninjutsu of chakra nature transformation, but I may be able to open it later, and I am only 6 years old now and there are still 6 years to wait. Naruto is not at all in a hurry. This is the end of the matter, let's eat first. Naruto rubbed his stomach, took out a bucket of instant noodles to soak, then walked into the bathroom by himself, took out a bowl of ramen and ate it. As for the instant noodles on the table outside, that's for others to see. The Uchiha clan. Big brother, I'm back. Why didn't you pick me up? Sasuke ran home alone and saw Itachi sitting next to the table. Sasuke, you've grown up, I can't be by your side all the time. But, Sasuke, have you forgotten that you are from the Uchiha clan? Your big brother can shadow clone at this age, how long will you be like a child? A man with a serious face came in and said in a low voice to the coquettish Sasuke. Father, I know I will work hard. Sasuke sat down, obediently nodded in fear, not daring to look up at this extremely serious man. Itachi, how's the mission going? All the best. That's good. 12 Teacher Iruka, are you going to kill me? Konoha. I Hokage the ultimate hoarding rat. 12 254ths. 12 Teacher Iruka, are you going to kill me? At 8 o'clock in the morning Iruka came to the classroom early. Today is the first day of school. He hopes to make a good impression on the students, and he is also setting an example, telling them not to develop the bad habit of being late. There is still half an hour before class starts and sure enough no one has come yet. As soon as he put the textbook for today's lecture on the podium he heard a slight breathing sound in his ears. As a ninja he instantly became alert. With a flick of his right hand on his thigh, a handful of kunai shimmering with cold light appeared in his hand. He actually hid himself in the classroom. Could it be that his target is the students? Iruka looked at the empty classroom, but the breath in his ears was so clear. Although this is a ninja school, it is not ruled out that spies from other ninja villages have sneaked in to attack Konoha's flowers. Call out. Iruka leapt forward, jumped onto the locked table and was about to stab Kunai to see who dared to be so bold, but the figure in front of him froze him. And the other party's eyes opened suddenly, which made him even a Chunin feel a little threatened. It seemed that if he didn't stop his actions he would suffer some serious attack and even die. This sense of crisis actually made Iruka's temples break out in cold sweat. Ms. Iruka, are you going to kill me? Naruto looked at Iruka coldly, and the chakra in his right hand kept gathering. As long as Iruka dared to make a move, Rasengan would gather in an instant and hit his head hard. This is the power of Muji Ninjutsu. As long as the proficiency is enough, chakra is enough, even if it is a Jonin. If you take a Rasengan without any preparation, if you are not seriously injured, Naruto will be his surname. Do you understand the gold content of taking the kidney and liver? Fortunately, Naruto's strength has improved rapidly. Although he has not yet mastered powerful ninjutsu, Naruto's physical attributes have already broken through Genin and are close to Chunin. Therefore, when Iruka jumped onto the table exuding killing intent, stabbing Naruto with kunai, the trembling from the soul and the impact of cold killing intent made Naruto wake up immediately, and Rasengan was also launching middle. This is the first time. Since Naruto came to this world, it was the first time that he was targeted by such a pure killing intent. The person in front of him really wanted his own life. Even if he is Yumino Iruka, Naruto's teacher. But also because he is Iruka, Naruto can understand. In his opinion, most of the people in this village are just idiots who follow others. No. Looking at Naruto's indifferent eyes, Iruka reacted instantly, retracted the kunai and jumped off the table. Although since he knew that Uzumaki Naruto was his student, he has also hesitated and hated and once transferred the resentment of being killed by a demon fox to Naruto on the night of 9 Tails, but he has not lost his mind to attack an ignorant child. Especially he also knew that Naruto's parents also died in that disaster and he was alone since he was a child. Iruka can empathize with this feeling. I have absolutely no intention of killing you. I was overly nervous because I heard faint breathing sounds after entering the classroom and thought it was a spy who had infiltrated the ninja school and wanted to attack the students. Iruka quickly waved his hands at Naruto, who stood up explaining anxiously. This is my student. The first day of formal class 1 planned to leave a good impression. In the end he almost hurt him. At this moment Iruka felt the darkness of life like never before. As that's so, there will be spies infiltrating the ninja school. Naruto did not relax his vigilance. Not only did the chakra in his hand not disperse, but he was ready to take out the detonating talisman at any time. If something went wrong, he would just use the multiple detonating talisman throwing technique, and then use the body flicker technique to leave. As for the magnitude of the subsequent movement, it is not something that can be considered for the time being. I'm so sorry. Iruka bowed 90 degrees to Naruto and apologized earnestly. If Naruto doesn't forgive him, he won't get up. To be fair, this matter was indeed his negligence. It may be the first day of class, he is too excited, not thoughtful, thinking that there is an enemy sneaking in, completely ignoring that there may be students who come early. A misunderstanding. Naruto looked at Iruka silently. It seems that it is indeed a misunderstanding. Although Iruka did hate him before he reconciled with Naruto, he has always treated Naruto as an ordinary student and a good teacher who was dedicated to his duties. Not to mention trying to kill him. Iruka kept bending over, seeing that Naruto didn't speak. He felt regretful. It seemed that he had frightened Naruto. Okay. Naruto, who opened Kagura's eyes, felt the students coming from outside one after another. Iruka-sensei, do you know why I'm sleeping here? Why? Iruka didn't get up but asked suspiciously. Because at 6 o'clock in the morning there was no one on the street and it was very quiet. Iruka understood what Naruto said. If there is no one, you will not suffer from other people's eyes. I forgive you, the students are coming soon, teacher, get ready for class. Naruto said coldly. Thank you. Nothing like this will happen again next time. Iruka assured Naruto earnestly. Yawn. It doesn't matter, I'm used to it. Iruka paused, not knowing how to reply. Hey teacher Iruka, why are you here so early? Ino looked curiously at Iruka and Naruto standing at the back of the classroom. It's the Shikamaru trio. Naruto, you must have been discovered by the teacher while you were sleeping. Shikamaru scratched his head. Well, Mr. Iruka sees that class is about to start and is waking me up. Naruto sat on the chair, propped his chin with his right hand and said lazily. Ahaha, that's right, well get ready, the lecture will start in a few minutes. Iruka blushed and walked back to the podium in embarrassment. Fortunately Naruto didn't poke him, otherwise it would be a shame. Ms. Iruka is weird. Ino shook his head. Naruto, what time did you come? Shikamaru sat beside him and asked curiously. When I came here yesterday I saw Naruto sleeping and thought he was too lazy to attend the opening ceremony, but why is it so early today? Oh, maybe 6:30. My god, I'm still sleeping at 6:30. Ino said in shock. Well, me too. Choji nodded as he ate his breakfast. You idiot, you didn't wake up after 7 o'clock. If we didn't call you, you must be late. Ino growled. Iruka looked at Naruto, who was chatting, regained consciousness and then remembered the sense of crisis he felt at that time. Could it be Naruto? Impossible, he's just a kid who just entered school. Could it be that Anbu was arranged by Master 3rd Hokage? 13 Kurama. Do you know how I got here these days? Konoha. I Hokage, the ultimate hoarding rat. 13 254ths. 13 Kurama. Do you know how I got here these days? A week has passed since the misunderstanding that morning. It may be that Iruka has always felt guilty towards Naruto, so even if Naruto fell asleep in class he did not blame him, especially knowing that Naruto came to school at 6:30 in the morning, so he gave Naruto more tolerance. It's just that every time after school Iruka will give Naruto the lesson preparation notes he made, let him go back and study hard, and tell him that if there is anything he doesn't understand he is welcome to ask at any time. After all, this is his responsibility as a teacher. He still couldn't completely ignore Naruto's studies, so he could only find a way to give Naruto a little trouble. Well then, Naruto reluctantly took the note, and when he got at the end